Born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train. Smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on.
All right, guys, we're exactly at 6:30. Thank you for the early attendees, Brett, Herbert, Dr. Herbert, Tessie. There's an iPhone that's logged in. I can't see the name, but Tanisha's online. A few more are entering. Connie, Joe, Bill, welcome. I'm going to give it just another 2 or 3 minutes if you don't mind. If anybody has a request and they know me, they know that I am a music fan, so I like to just play a little music to keep it light. But thank you for everyone. Just give it 2 more minutes and we'll start. Okay? Welcome everyone.
Don't hear any music.
We'll speed it up a little bit. All right, that's it. Last song. We'll play a little Earth, Wind, and Fire, okay? And then we'll keep it light. Keep it light. We like to keep this entertaining and we like to keep it interactive. So we're gonna start in exactly 2 minutes, guys. Thanks, everyone.
No party all the time by Eddie Murphy. What's going on?
All right, guys, it's 6:32. I know everyone loves Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I'm not sure how that got stuck into my 80s list. Um, anyway, so I want to thank everyone for attending. Phil, just monitor
Yeah.
our questions. Phil, you want to say hello? Everyone, say hello. Phil is my COO.
What's up, everyone? Most likely you have seen an email from me or I called you, and so here I am. Welcome everyone to our Wednesday demos. Um, I think there is a lot to take away from here, and feel free to ask your questions in the chat, and we'll go over it, after the demo is done.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. All right. That's the best Matthew McConaughey impression I got for you guys. So we have a bunch of people online. I just want to give big shout outs. A lot of people are new registrants for the month of October. Some are, a repeat community users. Shu Leong, Denise is online. Lorenz new, Kenrick. I see some new names. Jose Phoebus, who's a client of ours. Jose, hello. And finally, nice to see you.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Connie, Brett, Aaron, Tessie, Paul St. Clair, Phil, obviously, Dr. Herbert, and we got an iPhone, and I want to give a big shout out to real quick because usually my buddies that have known me since I was 15 years old usually don't show up, but we have Dr. Rishi Sharma, who it seems like he's driving right now with
What's
the
up,
with the
fellas?
two side.
Rishi, what's up, dude?
Awesome. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Are you guys waiting in anticipation? Were you guys able to download the app easily? Were you able to find the link for our Wednesday night demo easily? If you guys want to say hello and just introduce yourself, where you're from and what you do, don't be shy. Like I said, I'm wearing a hoodie, so like I said, we keep it casual on Wednesdays.
Okay. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Who's this? Carvello
Uh,
Holmes? Chavella
yeah,
Holmes?
Cabello Holmes. My name is Alan, but I go by Alano. And yeah, just figured I'd just chime in here and just see what's going on, see what it's all about. I was very impressed. I usually listen to Noel Randall a lot, so for a few years now, and I myself was also an investor at one time back in the early '80s, and it was a fun experience. But then life happens. Marriage, divorce, kids, all that stuff. So right now I'm just trying to get back on board, but permanently this time. Not for long.
Well, we appreciate you being a part of our community. And let me tell you, everyone goes through their trials and tribulations in life, but you know what? It's not about hitting hurdles in life. It's about how you cope and how you get back up and keep fighting, right? That's how that builds character. And that's
Absolutely.
exactly what life's about.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome, welcome. Anybody else, want to say hello to everybody? Paul, I know you're
Yeah.
online.
Hey. Yeah, I'll say hello. Hey, it's Paul St. Clair. I'm a investor. I'm also an agent with Coldwell Banker Reliable Real Estate. I'm number 6 in NYC. Very excited to be on here. I respect Ken very much. I met him a few years ago. I think he's an amazing guy, very professional, and that's why I'm on here. And I'm very interested in seeing what this platform could do for my business. Hopefully, you guys can see what it does for your business as well. I'm very excited, and I think this is a great thing for all investors, wholesalers, realtors, just building their business, and that's what we have to do because it is your business, and you gotta market yourself and find out ways to grow your business. And this is definitely a platform that looks very interesting, and I'm excited to hear all about it. Nice meeting you guys.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for the kind words. You know what? We'll take one or two more, and we're going to jump right in because we want to keep it at just about an hour. Anybody else want to say hello to the gang? Anybody new to the group that wants to say hello? Where you are, where we're reaching in the in the world, and what you do? Anybody else want to share? Let's keep it open.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Can you
Doctor.
hear me?
Is it Doctor Herbert?
Oh, wonderful. Yes, 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 wonderful. Nice meeting everyone here tonight. I also listened to Noel Randall. That's just recently though, just very recently, just learning of her. So just interested in learning how to invest. And I'm a real estate broker, but I haven't been doing, haven't done much investing. So that's what I'm looking to do, but also, you know, creatively do that. So I'm just willing to learn as much as I can. So I'm happy for this opportunity to be here and to meet everyone.
Well, thank you, Dr. Herbert. So it looks like we got at least two doctors online today, and welcome everyone. And just want to let you everyone know that we're normally we don't do this for time kill. The reason why we like to introduce some of you guys, or if not all of you guys, is because we are a community-driven application. Because we are a community-driven application, you're probably going to bump into each other one way or another, whether one of you guys uploaded a property or the other person connected and wants to connect with you on a property, and wants to go ahead and chat with you. So at least you'll say, "Hey, by the way, yeah, I saw you on the demo the other night. I remember you. How can I help you?" Because this app is really truly special, and what separates us from our competition is exactly what I'm going to show you here. So if you guys are hooked up to your phones, I'll go ahead and show you some information, and I'll go right into the demo because I do have my phone ready to go. So first and foremost, we created something extremely special because I would say not a lot of applications out there. And if you look at the banner on top, whether you're Batch Leads, whether you're Privy, Deal Machine, Investor Lift, REI Pro, as proficient and efficient they are in what they do, whether it's MLS lead generation, if whether it's skip tracing, whether it's acquisitions and dispositions, um, they do not have a combination of all those things and more. And it took us many, many, many years to build this. Phil, as well as my very good friend Rishi, who, by the way, my kids call Uncle. That's how close we are. He can attest that we spent many, many years working on this, right? So not only do we have networking within the application, which is a community, because it is a community-driven REI application, it allows you to do acquisitions, right? Being able to find off-market private deals, dispositions by showcasing your property, not one-to-one. When you upload your properties, guys, whether it's a private deal, a off-market deal, or it's a wholesale deal, as long as you have something, or maybe even receive that deal from maybe someone that you worked with, and you want to find a buyer for it, by all means upload it. I'll show you how to do that. And by the way, you can do that in seconds, 15, maybe 20 seconds at most, and everybody in our network gets notified in real time. None of those notifications end up in spam. No offense to Constant Contact and MailChimp. They're wonderful platforms, but they also have their downfalls, such as you know, ending up in spam, 80, 90% of them. Our notifications end up on your phone in real time. Also, how to do research. Some of you guys are buyers, some of you are sellers, some of you are brokers, agents, wholesalers, and all walks of life are on this platform today. And one thing is that everybody needs data, right? No one is making a decision whether you're disposing a property or you're acquiring a property are going to go and do that without sales comps, ARVs, right? High, average, and lows. You're not going to be able to skip trace data without the information on the owner, the mortgage, and or the information on the actual the home, right? So we provide all that data, as well as now and we're very proud to say this, that I don't think any competitor of ours is doing this, in-app Polygon distressed property searches, meaning you can go into your own backyard or any market you like and basically cut out an area, which we're going to show you how to do, and be able to find every notice of defaults, notice of list pendants, pre-foreclosures, foreclosures and tax delinquencies with all of the data you need for the lender and or servicer with the information, phone numbers, and emails of the homeowner. And you could do that right from the comfort of your own home. And we got lead generation. A lot of people like motivated sellers. Well, that's coming. We just partnered up with Lead Zolo, and we're going to show you exactly what that looks like. And of course, we've integrated national lenders. So you don't have to go anywhere, guys. You can literally click on any property in the nation and be able to request 20 plus loan products instantly and get pre-approved within 24 hours without even making a phone call. So let's get right to it, right? With that said, here is our application. It looks a little different than what I'm sure a lot of people are used to. Why? Because we're in 2024, right? We are a world of technology. Technology moves very quickly, just like our apps, right? Just like our maps. You're basically what all I'm doing, by the way, is just using my thumbs. I'm actually doing a demo from my phone. And all you have to do is just move around from city to city. This is our backyard. But you know what? If you wanted to go to another market, all you would have to do is click in this search field and let's say end up in West Palm Beach, Florida, right? You put in West Palm Beach and then you'll end up right there and it'll take you right there. And you'll notice all over the country, these little icons, these little blue icons, those are representative of not leads. They're not leads. Those are deals that are being uploaded either by FlippBidd and or you guys, people that are on this application that are uploading deals because they want you to connect with them. They want to see if you guys are getting notified of these deals, which I'm sure. Give me a thumbs up, by the way, if you guys received some notifications over the last few days since you downloaded the application. Give Phil a thumbs up. If you guys want to say yes and chime in, say yes, I have. That's perfect as well, right? So there you go. We got one thumbs up.
Yes, I have.
There you go, Connie. There you go. So what is happening is every time someone uploads a property, so for all you wholesalers out there, you're not just uploading a property, you're uploading a property and notifying 1,600 people on this application that a new deal is available and you want them to connect with you. Okay. And that's just, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We just started. We launched in June. We're only about to get into November. We're approximating 10x the users and clients on here by this time next year. So imagine that. And our community is just going to keep growing and growing. And Dr. Herbert says yes, so she's getting notifications as well. So let's look at what acquisitions look like. So we could do acquisitions one or two ways, right? Either we find the property, we zoom in and say, okay, well, look, I'm looking in, and you know what? I'll go into my friend's backyard, Rishi Sharma, and we'll go right into Central Florida, right? And as you scroll in, here's some deals in Central Florida. More people are coming in. And I'm going to let him in. So I know he lives right around the Orlando area. We won't disclose any home addresses, but here's one. I'm going to click on it. Looks like there's a property. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath. Looks like a condo for $153,900. And what you guys would do, exactly what I'm doing, is you're going to click on the View Property button. Now, because this property was uploaded by us, the only thing you're not going to see on my phone that you're going to see on your phone is a little chat and call button here next to the seller information. By the way, every time you upload a property, you get to leave a 30-second voice note. This voice note would probably say, hey, 2-bed, 1-bath condo in Orlando, Florida, phenomenal condition. Check it out. A little bit about the roof because I know we have some, God bless everybody in Florida. I know they went through substantial hardships with over the last month with the hurricanes, but we're happy to see that the state is doing what they have to do to address these issues the right way. So here's some information that you can hear in the day and time of AI. How many of you guys hate speaking to the menu option when you guys call customer support? How many of you guys hate communicating with AI? Because when they respond, right, it's AI. It's not a human being. It's not. You want to speak to people. There you go. And just give a thumbs up if this resonates with you guys.
I can't find a thumbs up over here. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're not okay. No problem, my man. I appreciate you chiming in. By the way, guys, just say I do or no or yes, because we want to hear from everybody.
Okay.
But if this is resonating with you guys, We built this application with intention. The intention was we know networking is the core of real estate, and they want to hear that there's a real human being on the other side dispoing that property. So guess what? When you dispo the property, they're going to hear your voice note. And here's some property information. Sure, you got it. A lot of companies provide that, but on the fly, you're going to get the ARVs, I average and lows. Here's some comps in the neighborhood. Dr. Rishi Sharma, if you don't like the price, don't worry. There's many, many, many more coming, right? And you got the mortgage data, you know who the owner is, you know their mailing address, you know if they're in foreclosure, because we do provide that. This one is not. And if it's listed over the last year, and this deal apparently was by Andres Gavira. And guess what? We provide you the agent phone number and email address, right? You don't have to go look for it. You don't have to Google Zillow and find out this address and trying to find out. We have it for you right here. So that's one way you can do acquisitions. And by the way, communication is simple as this. When you click on the view property and you connect with each other, this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and click on my profile. This is your profile button here. When you click on here, all of your user controls are listed right here. All of the properties you visited, all the people you connected with, all the properties you've uploaded, directly connecting you to our support team, which is available 24/7, right? Like this, they'll respond within a couple of hours, and of course, your user settings. But if you're looking at my connections, you want to call someone back, it's easy as this. These are the people that have called me recently, and all I have to do is just click on the button to call them back, or the people that have messaged me, right? Over the time, it works just like WhatsApp, it works like chat. There are no middlemen. There are no additional brokers and agents. You are direct to the person who is connecting or who you're connecting with is actually displaying the property and actually has full control. Why is that important? Because I believe, and give me a thumbs up or a yes, this is amazing, because you're sick and tired of having the house number hidden, not sure if this person has control of the deal, not sure if this actually is their deal, not even sure who that person is, and not being able to communicate with them, right? Or not being able to communicate with the actual principal, the buyer and or the contract holder, without jumping through hoops. So we tried to fix that by having seamless integration, seamless communication with each and every one of you that's on the call today. All right.
That's good.
So with that said, and I know you guys are going to have a bunch of questions. I'm going to leave some time for that. I promise you. So let's go back to West Palm Beach, Florida. So that is one way you can do acquisitions. What's the other way? I am an investor that likes to go ahead and get a deal pre-negotiated. I want to deal with the homeowner directly. I want to be able to see some distressed properties. Well, let's check that out. Like, you want to communicate with a homeowner? No problem. You can do that. I'm going to show you two ways. So let's go into the same neighborhood. By the way, like to keep it interactive. Anybody out there want to share what street, city, and state they're from? And I'm going to go ahead and pull some information for you on the fly so you guys know that this is working. Anybody out there, or have a deal or anything they want to share. You don't even have to give me the house number.
My 2836 Lafayette
2836
Lafayette Trace Drive,
Lafayette Trace Drive.
St. Cloud.
Oh, is that Rishi speaking? Rishi, you can't cheat. I've known you for years. No one's going to trust you. As much as I love you, man, it's going to sound biased, but let's go. This sounds like Rishi's home in his area. So I'm going to go in. Oh, sorry. Unfortunately, I unclicked that. My apologies. Rishi, you want to give me the address one more time for the group?
2836 Lafayette Trace Drive.
Okay, St. Cloud. There you go. We're going to go in, and I want to do some research on this home. But let's set up the scenario. I drove around St. Cloud. I'm an investor out there. I drove by this house. It looks like it's boarded up or potentially has some papers from the Department of Buildings or whatever, and I want to go ahead and investigate a little further. Now you can do this from the comfort of your home or physically while you're driving. Don't use the application while you're driving. Pull over. Let's be safe and hit the request data button. So it pulls it up. Here is the home, 5 bed, 2 bath, 5 bed, 4 baths. I'm going to go ahead and click on the street view and let's take a look at the home on Lafayette. That house looks familiar. I'll tell you that much. It does look familiar. It's one of these, right? But this is the block. It works on Google technology and you can actually look at the neighborhood, right? So I believe it's this one over here. But while I'm looking there, I'm going to click on the back button. I'm going to look at some property information, the building square foot, the year built, the lot, the units. Sometimes we have some data available, sometimes we don't. Property taxes, the AVMs, average, high, and low. And we do have some comps. People tell me, Ken, we're not getting comps in my neighborhood. Well, guess what, guys? This is all public records data. If you live in more of a desolate area that hasn't sold a home within a 1 mile radius for like homes, most likely you're not going to get as many comps as someone in a more a more busy area, right? That has a lot of homes because we pull our comps from our data provider the same way as an appraiser would within a mile radius or half a mile radius, like homes, square footage, beds and baths, right? So we were able to pull three. Here's some mortgage data. I don't want to. Oh, there you go. Rishi Sharma's the owner. Well, that is your home, Rishi, right? And first mortgage, second mortgage, sale amount. Rishi got a great deal because now we know that Rishi's equity has gone up tremendously since he bought the home, and the ARV high, average, and low, we give you all, right, is right there. It looks like it's a much better, higher valued house than some that have sold over the last year. And here you go. Here's some equity. No foreclosure. He's in good standings. I hope so. He has a clinic. I hope he's paying his bills. So we would assume that it's not listed because he's still living there. So here's some information. Now, let's fast forward. Let's say that this wasn't Rishi's home. We didn't know who the owner was, but this house was boarded up and there was a tremendous amount of equity in it. How would I, as a user on FlippBidd, get a hold of Rishi, right, without finding out tax records, going to the tax assessor's office, going to the Department of Buildings, going to wherever I need to? Anybody want to take a while, answer yes or no? Like, what do you guys do to find out how to connect with a homeowner? Anybody?
Are you talking about like using the app that we have now, or you mean back, in the past?
Anything that you've used in the past to get a hold of the homeowner.
Well, the way I did it when I first started out was just driving down the neighborhood, and I've always seen this house. It was in the middle of the hood, okay. But what I wanted to do was get that property. It was a four family, and I got the address. What I did, I went down to City Hall, had to do everything manually, find out who's the owner, sent a letter to that homeowner. They got in contact with me 2 days later, and we made a deal, and I was able to get that four family. It was completely dilapidated, and I just went in there and renovated everything myself, and had a few friends that my plumber and electrician friend of mine, and I did everything. It took me about a year because I was doing everything single handedly, but I flipped it and made a good profit off of it and everything. So I was able to get it, and then the adjacent property was an empty lot. It was a regular sized lot, and I was able to get that at the auction because I was the adjacent owner.
Okay,
And
wonderful. So once you make that connection, it's easier to find the homes next to it, right? So how long, if you want to tell the group, approximately that process took from the time you sourced that property to the time you actually had a contract in hand?
um, about about almost a month, about 3 weeks to a month.
Okay, sounds good. So by the time you got a hold of the homeowner, you would say it took 3-4 days?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me show you how you would do that with FlippBidd. So now that we know Rishi is the homeowner, right? I'm going to go ahead and now get out of this. I'm going to click on my profile because every time our users visit a property, because what we talk about when we mention the word visit, we virtually visited the property on the app. It shows up in your My Visits. So when I go to My Visits, here is the property right on top, 2836 Lafayette Trace Drive. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on this property. By the way, you could select all, right?
Okay.
And but we're not going to select all today and export all that data out. We're just going to click on that one for now. Click on the skip trace button, hit the OK. And I want to figure out how to get a hold of Rishi Sharma because that house looks dilapidated, or it's got boarded windows, or it's piqued my interest because I drove by and this is an interesting opportunity and it looks like it's in a neighborhood or a market that I'm looking to purchase. So now we're going to go ahead and click on this information. Now, not only do we still have the rest of the information, but we got some skip trace information too. Now, I know that one of these phone numbers work. I'm not going to tell you which one because that's my friend who's online. But from here, you don't have to do anything. You just make a phone call right from the phone. And by the way, we collect up to 4 phone numbers and 4 emails. Now, given some of those phone numbers may or may not work, but you have a tremendous amount of opportunity to do this over and over and over and over again. If it's not Rishi Sharma's house, well, guess what? Let's go back. Let's go back out of here. If it's not his house, maybe the neighbor. All I'm going to do is take my thumb and I'm going to press down on Rishi's neighbor's house. And I'm going to go to 2844 Lafayette Drive. I'm going to go to research data. I'm going to click on request data. I'm going to click on view property, 4 bed, 2 baths, a little smaller than Rishi's home. And I'm going to look at through again the sales comps. I'm looking at the property data. But guess what? Now I have visited another property. Rinse and repeat. Now I'm going to go back to my profile. I'm going to go to my visits because I visited another property in St. Cloud. And here's 2844 Lafayette Trace. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on skip trace. I'm going to hit OK. And now it ends up on the top of your list because it looks at prioritization. The last property you skip trace ends up on the top of your list. So we're going to click on that. And this property is owned by a Robert and Claire. Rishi, do you know Robert and Claire 2 houses away?
Yep.
You do. Would they mind if I email them at bdemo@clrr.com? By the way, the phone number and emails work the same way, guys. All you do is click on the email right from the skip trace information, and you could just send an email out to them right for the comfort of your homes. Or again, you could go ahead and click on the phone numbers and dial out one by one by one. It's as easy as that. So now let's take a step back. Let's say these guys weren't ready to sell, but I am interested in distressed properties in this neighborhood. Anybody want to take a wild guess what they're going to do? Well, let me find out who's been playing around with this application. What button on this home screen am I going to press to find distressed properties in this neighborhood? Rishi cannot answer. Phil, you cannot answer. I'm going to put someone on the spot. So I know you guys. I know you guys are on this app because I see you guys plugging away at all that data.
Let me see how you do that.
Anybody else? Paul, Brett, Dr. Herbert, Tessie, Connie, Sade, Charles, anyone.
I know I kind of played with it, but I'm not sure which one is a distress. I don't know if the arrow's up on top. But I don't know if I got to distressed properties yet.
Well, you're at the perfect place because I'm going to show you how to pull distressed properties in an area of your choice. It's this little button right here. This is what's called a polygon search. Do you guys see this here on the corner?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back to St. Cloud. By the way, guys, if this goes back to back to the Earth view, usually what's happening is your Wi-Fi is kicking you out. It's like there's something happening. That's all it is. But if you go to St. Cloud and I click on this polygon search, and it's going to basically give you a step-by-step process of how to manipulate the corners of the polygon search. So just read it carefully. It's a little tricky. It even took me about 30 minutes to figure it out. But this is the step by step. Hit the OK. It's going to put a polygon search around St. Cloud. So I'm going to take my thumb. I don't know if the name of it is. I call it the balloon pin, because it looks like a balloon pin. I'm going to click on it once. It's going to open up. I'm going to click on it again, pick it up, and I'm going to put it here. Oh, 3 mile radius at most. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to take this corner. I'm going to say I'm going to go out to maybe this corner here. Okay, let me see here. Maybe move into this area. And I don't want to go that far out. Let's move this balloon pin here. So let's say that's the area you're looking for. By the way, you can narrow that down to up to 1 mile. So you could do pretty much a 10 block radius of a specific area of a neighborhood. You could actually get down to that point. So now I'm in St. Cloud. I want to go and search distressed properties. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the search button. And in St. Cloud, by the way, Rich, someone's not paying their bills, and there's a lot of people out there. It looks like we got a bunch of notice of list pendences, and those happen for many reasons, right? And there's some information that's not available, but we got a few foreclosures and tax delinquency. So I'm gonna go ahead and check off. Let's see how many tax delinquency. There's a lot. There's a lot in that neighborhood. So a lot of notice of list pendants, but let me show you what that information looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and take one tax delinquency. We're gonna take one foreclosure, and we're going to take a couple of list pendencies. Let's say I want to pick out these. I'm going to save them to my visits. But now you have not just my visits of properties you visited, but under your distressed properties tab that you visited. So if you go down, I've been doing this a while, so there's a bunch. Here are the properties in St. Cloud. Here's a tax delinquency. This looks like a commercial house. Here's a foreclosure. It looks like residential. I'm not sure what this is, but here's the notice of list pendants. I'm going to go ahead and take the same steps I did in my visits, and I'm going to skip trace all three. So if you give FlippBidd just a few minutes, we're going to be able to do a couple of things here. We're going to be able to find out who the owner is. If it's occupied, if it's owner occupied, we're going to be able to pull the lender information or the servicer information. We'll be able to pull the mortgage, how much equity it has in it. And again, what's most important? The phone number and email, right? Just like Cavello Homes did, right? With that distressed property, but we did it a little quicker. So I'm going to check on the first one. All the distressed property info is there. By the way, guys, when you skip trace and do distressed properties, it's for your own, it's your eyes only. It does not go out to the rest of the world. You guys gotta do your own work, right? So I'm not helping you guys out. This is for your eyes only, specific to your smartphone. So here's the distressed properties. This one looks like it is owner occupied. Freedom Mortgage Corporation is the first owner. Fletcher Raylene is the second. It is owner occupied. Estimated equity 287. It's in foreclosure, estimated value. But guess what? Resident one, Stephen Mass. We at least got one landline and so on. So that's just one, right? And so you can make that phone call from right there, and this should give you a roundabout idea of what you're dealing with. The next one, the tax delinquency. Let's look at the distressed property. So it looks like the first owner is St. Cloud Hotel LLC. Right. So it looks like it is a commercial deal. Lisa Mager probably owns the company, right? Or owns that property. They've been in tax delinquent since 2022. Anybody out there that buys tax liens, this would be a great lead for them, right? So there's no second owner. It is a hotel motel, and you're able to get at least one phone number, maybe some script. Yep, that's it. We only have that one phone number for Lisa. But again, this doesn't stop you from physically going there and asking for Lisa, right? And say, hey, are you XYZ LLC? Lisa, is she available? I would like to speak to her, right? Let's go to notice of list pendants. So notice of list pendants, let's look at that one in St. Cloud. And distressed property, looks like the lender is Atas Capital Group, right? Owner is Great House Communities LLC. It is not owner occupied, so they don't live there. The mortgage balance one, and estimated equity and the estimated values all there. Looks like the Balamarang. That's a very, very tricky name. We're gonna call them Balam and Devap Berea owns this property, and we have phone numbers. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to make a phone call, maybe after having dinner, before I watch some TV, or maybe the football game on Sunday, right? I'm going to make a phone call because I'm really, really, really interested. By the way, guys, you could do this over and over and over again in St. Cloud. This area, this area, right? And you can manipulate that polygon distress filter any which way you like. So you could do this anywhere in the world, guys, anywhere in the world. You can place that anywhere you like, Dallas, Texas, whatever you like,
New
Arizona,
Haven, Connecticut.
California.
New Haven, Connecticut.
What was that?
I said New Haven, Connecticut.
Let's go to New Haven, Connecticut. Someone asked for that?
Yep.
Okay. We'll take New Haven, Connecticut. So here's New Haven, Connecticut. Here's downtown New Haven. Okay. And we're gonna go into maybe a residential area. Hit OK. This looks like right around New Haven over here. Hit the search button. And we're right around that Hamden, Connecticut. Is that New Haven, Hamden? I'm not sure, but it should be right outside of
That's
New
not
Haven.
too far away. It's not too far. It's about 20 minutes
Okay.
away. It's not
Okay.
far. That's close
Okay.
by.
All right. So notice of list pendants, notice of list pendants, notice of list pendants. Not a lot of tax delinquencies, but foreclosures. Here we go. Foreclosure. It's all there. And we can go ahead and go into even closer to New Haven. Here we go. As close as possible. Search that. And it's just rinse and repeat, guys. Rinse and repeat. And this is how you can get all the information that you need for foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, tax delinquencies, and so on. So here's the distressed property search. By the way, we're not stopping here. We are connecting with another data provider probably next year for probate deals, right? For estate deals, right? Probate, as well as divorcee deals, and zombie homes, people that have just gotten up and left, right? So we'll be able to get that information as well. Not available just yet. Um, as far as now the demo is concerned, the only thing I really didn't show you is how to sell a property once you get it, right? So once you get the property, whether it's distress, whether it was connecting with a wholesaler or a seller on the application, or finding it yourself somewhere, and you want to go ahead and dispo it. You want to sell something, right? And we'll just take the New Haven, Connecticut. You know, you were able to pick up a property. Let's call it this one right here. It's 46 Sheldon Terrace, New Haven, Connecticut. Anybody want to take a wild guess what you're going to press to dispo the property, to sell it, to let everybody in our network know that this property is available and you're looking to sell it? What button are we going to press? Don't be shy, guys. I'm not a shy guy. I don't want you guys to be shy either. I'm going to eventually
Disposition.
call you at some point anyway. Dispositions is right. Dispositions is right. So his dispositions. And guess what we're going to press now? What button am I going to press to sell my deal?
Sell my deal.
My deal.
There you go. Sell my deal. Doesn't get easier than that. So once I had sell my deal, oh, we weren't able to find data on this. Let me see here. Maybe the next one. Okay, dispositions, sell my deal. Huh, no data in this area. Weird. All right. Dispositions. What has happened? Connecticut non-disclosure state shouldn't be happening here. Dispositions, sell my deal. That's very strange. I'm not sure if New Haven data is not pulling up, but let's go to Bridgeport. I know there's a lot of data over there. Sorry guys, I'm not sure why that data. Sometimes our data provider doesn't have specific data for some blocks or certain properties. It's very strange here. Huh, give me a second, guys. Let me just double check if it's just Connecticut. Okay. Very interesting. Give me a second, guys. I'm not sure why that data is not coming up, and that should be for a lot of properties. Because I know everyone's pulling data, that's for sure. I'm just not sure why that's not pulling up. Dispo. There you go. That one pulled up. That's very strange. So what happened was I ended up going to a residential property in New Jersey. And what basically happened was our data provider sometimes does not have data on that particular property. You can still sell your deal. You just won't get all the data behind it. So let me show you. I'll go back to New Haven, Connecticut, and I'll show you how to do that in case
you are not able to pull the information, but you still want to sell a property. So if one of these properties don't pull the data, you could go down. I don't know the address, so I'm just going to push my thumb down, hit dispo, sell my deal. It says basically, please click on the add button to sell it. So now the beautiful part about this is if we weren't able to pull the data on that particular property, you could still sell the deal, right? And the best thing about this application is not only can you sell the deal with some basic data points, but you could actually click and add your Google Drive to it, right? And so let's go ahead and copy from my drive because I don't have a link right now that I have on hand, but I'm going to attach my Google Drive and I'm going to use my FlippBidd demo folder. I do this every single time. And not only can you attach all your pictures and videos, because a lot of your wholesalers, a lot of sellers have Google Drives with all the pictures and videos. So we're going to fast forward from the time you sourced the deal on FlippBidd, found it, were able to get information on the homeowner, spoke to the homeowner, made a deal happen. Fast forward a couple of weeks, you have the contract, you want to assign it. Well, you were able to get into the house, you took a few pictures, you were able to take a few videos, and now you want to present all these pictures and videos to the rest of the community. This is how you would do it. You attach your Google Drive, hit the done button. The Google Drive has now been added. We'll put in a price. Let's say, outside of New Haven, let's say it's 525. It's a decent property. It's valued at, let's say, 650. It's a wholesale deal, right? You can upload contract assignments, notes, REOs, short sales, straight deals subject to wholesale. Why is this important? Because that notification that goes out to everybody in the community, it actually says a new short sale is available, a new straight deal is available, a new subject to deal, a new wholesale, a new contract assignment is available on 123 Main Street, or in this case, 20 Village Circle, Hampton Court. So let's just say you have an assignment, it's assignable, it's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,250 square feet. It's a single family, multifamily, so on. You could all put it in here. It's a single family. You're going to take a picture, your main picture, right? So you probably take a snapshot, whatever it is. Let's say here is the property. Now, that voice note I was talking about, simple as this. Hi, my name is Ken Singh. I have an amazing property on 20 Village Circle. I hold a contract of sale. It is assignable. It is a decent property, has about $120,000 in equity. I'm looking to sell it for $525,000. New windows needed, new updates needed, kitchens and baths, all needs updates. Really, it has really strong bones. Connect with me on FlippBidd and we'll tell you more. That's it. 30 seconds, sell the deal. You could sell to the entire network, or you could sell to just verified investors, which Phil on the back end vets based on how much money have they have on hand, what is their track record, like 1 to 3 deals done over the year, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. So there's about 4 pages of information we collect, which is very quickly done through the app, and then we turn them on, and we'll show you what that looks like in a second. So let's go ahead and sell this deal. I agree to terms and conditions, upload the property. By the way, guys, this is off-market private deals. As long as it's not listed, you received it from somebody, you want to find a buyer on FlippBidd, absolutely, I encourage you doing that. As long as it's not listed and you're not violating any state, federal, or local real estate laws on top of our terms and conditions. Click the OK button and give it a second. All of those little blue icons that I was showing you earlier, well, guess what? There's another little blue icon right on top of 20 Village Circle, Hampton Court. And I would say within the next 60 seconds to 2 minutes, you guys will start getting notified of this deal that has been uploaded, as long as your notifications are set. So just give me a thumbs up when you get that notification, but it's rinse and repeat. That's it. Now you guys see the property, you click on it, you click on that notification, it takes you right to this page, and you're going to be able to hear the voice note, see some of that data, and connect with each other. That's really it. Now, that was a very, very high level demo. We do this on a weekly basis. And of course, there's a couple of things. Look, I noticed something. I noticed on my profile that I got a message. How do I know that? There was a little red button that populated. That means I have either a call, I missed a call, or a message. I didn't receive a phone call, so I'm assuming it's a message. So I'm going to go to my connections and I'm going to check my messages. And there's Phil Augustin. I saw this new deal. Let's connect and make a deal. Let's do it. Call me direct. Call me direct, and Phil is going to get a message back. No middlemen, no brokers. You're dealing directly with each other, guys. It's community driven. So I encourage everybody out there to have deals, share it with everybody. It's not going to end up in their spam. And for those of you that are active buyers, well, guess what? You have a few options now with us, right? The options are deal of properties that are being uploaded by our community property if you want to view where all the investors are, and soon we're integrating with lead Zolo, and lead Zolo is going to be able to roll out all motivated sellers, which we're going live in November. You search for one property, FlippBidd will actually take a circumference of 3 miles of the subject property you're searching and show you where all the motivated sellers are that lead Zolo has access to. It's going to be incredible. And this is just some of our map filters. You want to go into, let's say, Delaware, Florida, whatever it is. Let's go back to Florida, and it'll take you there, and it'll open up all of your properties. And these are what's called map controls. That's how you navigate from market to market. So with that said, we have a few minutes left, right? So there's a ton of stuff in here that you could do. I know a lot of people like this. I don't usually show it because I don't think it's a big deal. But I think for those of you guys that are looking for buyers, you could click on these properties, hit the view property button. You see this little button right here because you're probably like, I have buyers for some of these deals, Ken. How do I get it over to them? You click on this little button and you just simply hit the share property button. That's it. And you can share it through your messages, through WhatsApp, through email. And so I'll send it back to Phil and I'll show you what that looks like. Here you go. I sent it to Phil. Let me go to my text. Here's my text. And just like that, you got the price, you got the property type, single family. It says FlippBidd Network because that's my name, but it's going to have your name on that. So it'll be Tessie, Paul, Jose, Tanisha, Laron, Connie, whatever it is, however you are registered. That's where it's going to show up here, and you could share this information with the picture if you want a JV with the seller and you have a buyer. So I got about 11 minutes. I'm going to take some questions. I'm sure there's plenty of them in the back end that Phil probably filtered, but let's open up the conversation for the next 10 minutes, guys. What's your thoughts, goods or bads, and everything under the sun?
I have one for you. So Jose earlier, he requested for a verified investor license and wasn't sure what that was. And of course, I approved him because he is a wholesaler. He's done plenty of deals. And Jose, I believe you're on here. Where is he? There he is. So Jose, this one's for you. Ken, if you could talk a little bit more about what the verified investor license is and what happens when you actually get it.
Yeah, so when you guys apply for a verified investor license, I know some of you guys have that. So how many of you guys, give me just a yes or no, have heard of this term buy box?
No.
Nope.
Nobody's heard of the term what's your buy box?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. So the term buy box pertains to what the investor is looking to purchase at the current moment in time, the type of property, how much they're willing to spend, in what area, right? So that's technically called the buy box. So it's a common phrase that's shared in the Northeast here. But what we've done is once you become a verified investor, Jose, you can go to your My Profile. You see this little button here, guys, this little gray button? Has anybody, any verified investors online seen that? Jose, have you seen that little icon?
Yes.
If you click on that icon, you're going to let 1,200 people know in our network. Huh?
1,700.
You're going to let 1,700 people know across the country what kind of deal you're looking for, what kind of property sale type you're looking for. I'm looking for a subject to. How much you're willing to spend on it. I'm looking to spend $200,000 to $300,000 for a subject to deal. I'm looking to assume the note, and I'm looking to do that in Arizona. Send. Once you hit that send request, guys, everybody gets notified that you have now set up a buy box. FlippBidd Network is looking for a subject to deal in Arizona between $200,000 and $300,000. Once you get notified, yes, not everyone's going to have that deal. But what you're doing is you're casting a wide net. You're basically letting people know, someone out there, if they have a deal, please upload it. I'm looking to get it. That's what that verified investor allows you to do. Secondly, the verified investors, there's a ton of deals out there for people like, let's say, Paul, that have direct deals that really don't want to deal with middlemen. Well, guess what? There's some deals on here that you'll notice. Okay, when you go in, give me 1 second. Just go to my area. Okay, there's some properties on our network that. Sorry, guys, my Wi-Fi is really, really slow right now. But there are some properties in our network that you can actually look at that are only available for verified investors. Not everybody can click on these deals. These properties are only available for verified investors, not for brokers, not for agents, because the principal wants to. Sorry, guys, I apologize. The principal wants to only deal with the contract holder, and the contract holder has a deal that's available only for the principal. How you can tell what deal is which? Well, take a look at this. Do you guys notice that some of these icons are purple and some of these are blue? The blue ones are available for everybody. The purple icons here, if you don't have a verified investor license, you can't even view that, but you can upload it. Remember when I showed you how to dispo the property, it says, do you want to sell to the entire network or do you want to sell to verified investors only? You have the option to do that because people have the right to say, I don't want to deal with agents. I don't want to deal with brokers. I want to deal with the principal only. I hold a contract and I want to deal with that person only. So you have the right to upload a property and only verified investors can view that property. I hope that answers that question. All right. I got time for a few more guys. What do you guys think? Like, what's your feedback on this platform? Good, bad? Let me know what your thoughts are.
Well, for me, it's very interesting. I mean, I'm very interested in it, and if I can cut out all that time that I used to spend, it can make a good deal. But one of my questions is, how do I, once I see a property and say, I get in contact with the customer, I mean, with the homeowner, and I make my pitch or whatever. Like, how do I secure that contract?
Well, you're asking me how to secure a contract with the homeowner once you find the property. Well, that honestly really is within your skill set, right? So you have to have some sort of formal information on that property, right? Which we provide. You would have to have some sort of formal information on either mortgage or, why they're looking to sell, right? So you may have that. Maybe there's equity in it. Maybe they're old. So I can't really answer that question. It all is about you I would say, feeling out that relationship you're trying to build with that homeowner and figuring out why they would sell that property and why they would sell that property to you on a private market.
Okay.
And to be able to get in front of that homeowner is really what we're providing, right? We're giving you the opportunity to shorten your due diligence period before sourcing these deals, whether it's private deals, community uploaded deals, wholesale deals, distressed property deals, right? And soon motivated seller leads from LeadZolo, right? We can't tell you what to do or how to communicate. That really takes certain skill sets. So I would say is we have some phenomenal coaching companies coming up, guys, by the way. We'll be rolling that out next in November, and they teach you not only real estate 101, but they'll take you all the way to expert level. So and everything in between. So more than happy to share that with you guys, and maybe that's where that question can be asked and answered.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? All right. Well, listen, if everyone's going to be shy, we're going to cut it short, 4 or 5 minutes. But you know, hold on. I think we're having a question. Laurent has a
Well,
question,
I
but you're
do
on
have a
mute.
question. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Herbert.
I was just, I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking with, first of all, it's private. It's more private individuals that are looking to, either sell or whatever with their property. So, of course, there's nothing that's listed that's going to be within this sphere of, of this app. So basically, I see it's off market and the acquisitions and things like that. And just with listening to was it Chevello Holmes, just with his comment and wondering, like, well, how, where would we be pulling the contract from? I mean, us that do, that doesn't have that does real estate knows, okay, you're going to go get these documents, but being that this is now investor arena.
Yeah,
So
no, in
it's a
their
matter
investor
of whether,
space.
yeah. So it's just a matter of, finding either a one-page doc or, something like that, just with getting started. I mean, it's just new. It's just a new space for me. And I guess we'll figure it out. But it definitely is. It is very interesting. But also, I want to see for New Haven, for Connecticut, that all of that's in there. Like, oh my God, everything is right there for all these other, the other states, unless you're looking to go south, But or kind of. I mean, you got Rhode Island, you got, New York is going to be a whole different thing. So, but just in looking for, distress and things like that. So,
Yeah, so the only
but
thing
it
we're
is
missing,
definitely,
the only thing we're missing, to be honest with you, in Connecticut as well as Massachusetts and the New England areas, to be honest with you, are you guys. If you guys have deals, upload them. Dr. Herbert's looking for them. This is a prime example of what I'm saying. Every time we speak, we're just missing the wholesalers and saying, listen, I got deals. I think Jose Phoebus, to be honest with you, Dr. Herbert, may have a few deals in Connecticut. And that's kind of where we're having the conversation today, right? So, Jose, if you're listening, not only is Dr. Herbert interested in Connecticut, but probably a bunch more people because we see everybody that's pulling data in Connecticut. So aside from Jose, if you guys got deals out there, well, at least you have one buyer out there that's actively looking in Connecticut. So upload them. Nothing's stopping you guys.
Yeah, that's right, guys. For anyone who has any properties, feel free to upload it. You see how it's very easy to upload a deal. Just hit the sell my deal button and plug in all the price and type of sale in your Google Drive folder, and that's it. And then and there's buyers out there. So definitely upload your deals.
That's right. So
That's the question.
Dispo.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. And just dispo him, guys. And by the way, I know everyone's going to start jumping off left and right because I know we're coming down to 7:30. While we're having this discussion, guys, I'm sharing a QR code for our next Wednesday call and last Wednesday of every month. We do what was called a network and tech night. We have guest hosts. So this month we have Matt Marinoff, who's a foreclosure prevention specialist, who's going to be online. We do this thing called a TKO series. I know some of you boxing fans out there know TKO as the technical knockout. We call it the technology knockout. We have an unbiased view. Last month we did Investor Lift, one of our competitors, versus FlippBidd, and we asked ChatGPT, one of the biggest machine learning systems in the world, AI, how do we compare to them, and they compared to us with their business model. Well, hands down, we won. This, I'm not gonna give away the secret sauce just yet, but on next Wednesday, we're gonna show you the difference between Deal Machine and FlippBidd, unbiased view, right? And we're going to give you the exactly what they do for our real estate investment community and what we do, and we put them side by side. That's called our TKO series. We're going to go through each and everything one by one, and we're going to have a little extra time too to share who each other are, and we're going to introduce everybody in our community. So make sure if you haven't signed up yet, make sure you take your phone and scan that QR code that I'm circling and book a seat. Whether you can make it or not, just make sure you have it in your calendars. If you have some time, we would love to have you online next Wednesday. That question, someone just had a question before I went
Yes.
into that.
So Laron actually had a question. He said that he's a buyer in the 5 boroughs of NYC and Florence and Darlington County in South Carolina.
Okay.
Laron, there's plenty of deals in New York because that's our backyard.
Laron, I personally I get about 30 off-market private deals and assignments in the boroughs alone, just myself. I have access to all of them.
Yeah.
And Paul St. Clair, who's online, I could vouch for him, gets phenomenal deals in Long Island and the boroughs as well. And I'm pretty sure, Paul, after seeing today, you guys are going to be uploading some properties. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
There you go. So, Laurent, there you go. So when you start seeing those deals populate, just click on it and connect with Paul, myself, or anybody else that's uploading the properties.
Yeah. So there's someone says, I believe this is Joseph Aquillo. He says, how
Yeah,
about
yeah, that's
yeah. So I believe you're asking about Richmond, Virginia.
yes, sir.
Are you looking for deals in Richmond, Virginia, or what do you, are you an investor or a wholesaler?
I'm an investor.
Investor, yeah.
I buy
Again,
stuff. I buy
And
stuff.
what kind of properties are you looking to get? Motivated seller leads? Are you looking to get distressed properties? Are you looking to connect with other wholesalers? Because there's different types of deals,
yeah.
right?
Uh, Motivated sellers, like
Okay, so let me
yeah.
show you guys before everybody starts hopping off. We are connecting with LeadZolo. LeadZolo has a technology that they've created to be able to populate, and I'll show you what that looks like. And I usually don't show this, but I'll show you on the back end what that kind of looks like. They have a technology that's able to pull all motivated seller leads based
Yeah.
on what you guys pull. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're searching for a property, right? Just like I showed you
Mhm.
on FlippBidd. So you go into Richmond, Virginia, and you put in an address. I don't know what the address is, right? Because I'm not familiar with Richmond, Virginia, but let's say this is the property, right? You're looking at this property and you click on it. Well, not only is it going to ask you why you are you looking for research or acquisitions, but when you click on acquisitions or research or whatever the case is, it's also, if you look here, it's going to roll out a 3 mile radius of lead Zolo leads of motivated sellers of other properties in a 3 mile radius of the subject property you searched. Now, if those of you don't understand what I just did, you didn't know these properties existed. You didn't know these motivated sellers existed. You just knew that one deal, but we just 10x your search because our
Wow.
our technology, while you were searching for one, we just showed you 10 other properties on this map with motivated sellers. You and we have that nationally. Lead Zolo gets about 10,000 motivated sellers, homeowners that have raised their hand and said, "Yes, I want you to sell my property."
Wow.
Someone come in and wholesale my deal, and that's going to be available as of November 15th.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, I know you guys have a lot of questions. We're hitting that time limit. I'll take one more before we jump off.
I'm a motivated investor.
You look
Hungry.
like a motivated
Hungry.
investor. You're luxury properties. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't get a name like that if you're not motivated.
I'm very hungry.
So
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
there's one
All
more question here from Charles. And does this platform have commercial properties that include foreclosure 5 units and above?
So right now we don't have a way to narrow your search down to certain units, but yes, we just pulled one, right? I think we were in where were we? We were searching for that area. I think it was Connecticut, but we were able to pull a hotel, right? That was in foreclosure. So yes, we'll be able to pull certain records, but we are way more residential and multifamily centric. But I'll tell you what, guys, and Paul's very aware of this. We are looking to raise capital now. We're at a point where we're looking to expand this product. We're very proud of what we built, but once we get to a certain level, probably by Q2 of next year, we have all intentions of integrating commercial data, price per square foot, average price per square foot, class A, class B, class C, class D buildings. Is it a core plus investment? Core? Is it opportunistic? Is it a value add investment? Everything that you need that you're going to want for commercial, we're going to have available, by the way, in the same application, in the same business model. So just
Wow.
hang tight. We're almost there. all office, off all retail, industrial, and warehouse.
Awesome.
All right, guys. All right, man. With that said, I think we're about to wrap it up, Phil. It's 7:36. Listen, guys, I really appreciate you coming on board. Thank you so much. We can't do this without you guys. I really mean it. We built the technology. You guys run it. So we could have a Formula One race car, but it is not driving without the driver, right? So you guys are the Mario Andretti's of the FlippBidd world. Drive this the best you can. We'll coach you, and we'll keep it going. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ken and Phil. I really appreciate you guys. It was great.
Thank
I have
you.
one more
Thank
thing for you guys.
Thank you so
If
much.
and when I
Thank
call
you.
you guys or email, if I call you, it's coming from a 516 number. Please pick up. If not, then I'm just going to send you a text.
Yeah, it's not spam, guys. We always like to stay in touch with our community. So that's either Phil or me calling you directly. And it's a 516 number. It's not spam. We're just calling to check in and make sure how everything's going and making sure you're getting the support that you need.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Thanks,
guys
everyone.
on
Thank you.
Network and Tech Talk night. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great evening.